Good afternoon, folks. Here I'm making a clarification on one of my previous videos called New Cyberpunk 2077 Demo Details Revealed to Polish Press. And the translation of that posting of what the Polish press said, what the questions were asked and answered, was not very good, not very clear. Whatever software they were using was off, probably Google Translate, who knows. So those were two specific sentences asked in the interview. So religions are still present in Night City. And here's the actual translation. And this was, I think, translated properly by IGN. So good on IGN. Thank you there. So the question was, you mentioned religion. Does it still exist in Cyberpunk 2077? Yes, and in many forms. As I mentioned, our vision is somewhat based on the real world, and religion is a very important part of the latter, society-wise. In our game, we're going to see examples of Christianity and its different branches, or religions from the East. So they're just in the game. They're just part of the world. This is a little different than what we were told, or at least what was translated, was that, for example, Christianity is present in the game and will even have a faction. So that's very different than what was reported on originally. And the second change is where this is the continuation of the conversation, that quests that involve religion, however, will not be disrespectful. So it sounds controversial. Someone will enter a church to cause havoc, meaning someone in the game, as in a player. And the answer is, we do not want to avoid religion as a topic. Authenticity of the world is what counts for us. Technically, the situation you mentioned is possible. This is all about the choices made by the player. So it looks like the player can just go into a church and just start shooting people, which is probably not the most beneficial thing to do, but it's a video game. You should have freedom to do whatever you like. We won't encourage the player to do so. In our quests, which involve religious themes, we make sure there's no disrespect. So they're going to be doing their own job of putting religion in the game in a generic way. Like, there are people who believe in religion, and there's multiple kinds of religion. That's about it. There's no factions as far as this translation explains. So this translation is not so wrong. It's just not accurate. So they're not avoiding the concept. They're not avoiding the topic. They're keeping it in there. It's just not a faction. And they're showing more than just Christianity and definitely religions from the East. So a little bit of clarity for you guys. I probably should have waited till the ink dried, but with these things, it's so exciting, and I tend to get ahead of myself. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.